great idea. I should tell Leanne. Leanne, I really think we should start a podcast. I was just thinking about it in the thinking room.
Buckle up. It's time for Kewanee Memory Lane, where we cruise down the 4 lanes of Kewanee history with a detour of fun uncovering the past, coming to you straight from the Kewanee Historical Society in the heart of downtown Kewanee. Here are your hosts, Marianne and Leanne.
Hi, I'm Mary Ann.
And I'm Leanne.
I'm John.
We are here in the basement of the museum at 125 North Tremont, Kewanee Historical Society Museum. This is our final episode, year in review of our Kewanee Memory Lane.
Season 1.
Season 1. What did I say?
No, you didn't. I was just saying
season
season 1.
podcast. We've had so much fun, and we're already planning season 2. So don't worry. We are going to do a season 2. But we wanted to take the time today to kind of do a wrap up and share some highlights and things that we remember, recall fondly.
Low lights.
And maybe the low lights. But we are here in the basement at this beautiful bar that came out of the Hammerlink Bar
On 9th, 8th?
No, East 8th Street.
East 8th Street.
It was in a home and it was a confectionery. You know how that goes where you have soda shops during, common during Prohibition. It was kind of a ruse. But anyway, we have a Schlitz handle here. I could serve you up if we, had a keg under there. It'd be really, really neat. We have a nice back bar with a beautiful mirror. Leanne and her husband and some other people.
Cousin, yeah.
Okay, they got this brought down here. We just thought it was neat. We wanted you guys to see it.
And this is available for you to look at, as is everything in our museum when we're open. But we have now closed for the season. Today, as we're recording this, is November 3rd.
Second.
Way to go. Well, now we got to get DeLorean and just.
Sorry.
November 2nd, and we have closed for the season.
Mm-hmm. Normally open, May through the end of October, 1 to 4, Thursdays and Saturdays. But John and Leanne and I are going to be up to a lot of fun stuff over the winter that you guys get to see later.
Yeah.
So for now, let's kind of review.
Yeah. John, what was one of the favorite things that happened to you this year?
Oh, favorite things that happened to me?
Well, in our season, that you around our podcast, not like
podcast. So I mean, one of the things would be, wow, see, thanks for stealing my whiskey
I
there.
was thinking of having a snort.
So favorite things that happened, I would say that we hit our stride around Prohibition, and so
as many people did.
yeah. So
Episodes 3 and 4.
Episodes 3 and 4 were actually, I think, the spot where we actually got things really together, and we started really having a lot more fun with it. Episodes 1 and 2 were not bad. Well,
Episode 1 was bad.
Episode 1 was bad. So let's not revisit.
Somewhere you guys.
We all could only go up.
If you guys have ever watched a volleyball game, and I knew, it's like gelling as a team. It took us a few to gel as a team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and start to figure out different things. So episode 3 definitely. What about you, Marianne?
Prohibition was some of my favorite, just the things that I learned. I think my 2 best things are going into some of the historic buildings in Kewanee that we've been able to get into.
Fun.
And then just meeting people that we did not know before that do watch our podcast and enjoy it and let us know how much they enjoy it. We're having fun, and it feels good to get complimented while you're having fun.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is, there's all the buildings that we've been in this year. They haven't seen half of them.
No.
Season 2 is going to be kind of cool.
We have video, we have pictures, we have a lot up our sleeves.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, there's been a lot of buildings that we've been in, and there's a lot of things that we've gotten in before things have changed.
Yeah.
So I mean, we've got some point in time type stuff that I think is good.
Yeah.
So Leanne, what was your favorite? You can't escape.
Okay. Favorite. Well, favorite interaction.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
This year happened at our second annual trivia night
Oh,
in April.
okay. Yeah.
And we had a packet of papers with pictures for people to recognize and write their name down. And a lady says to me, I don't know what his last name is, but I think this is the guy you described on your podcast. Because this is how I imagined him looking. And she was right.
Wasn't it Gint?
It was Gint Hippert.
We
Yes,
love
with
Gint.
his chewy cigar.
Yeah.
And
Yep. We love Gint.
but that was my favorite, interaction with people.
And he keeps coming up.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
So
Why
I
not?
mean, why not? So
I think another cool memory is being in the Oddfellows building and getting to that second floor landing and opening that like vault door. You guys will have to help me. Remember we had
well,
to.
what it was is so we were between what the Vlahos
And the
and the
Corona.
and no, was it Vlahos and Corona or Vlahos and the Odd Fellows? Because
The
that's
one that went like the two.
yeah.
No, that was to the Cornell building.
That was Corona building.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because that one's in the middle, right?
The Cornell's on the north.
It's on the north. Okay.
That's where the
Sorry,
Texas
folks.
is now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you don't
It's
watch
where
the
like the
episode,
Christian Book Nook was.
Yeah.
And B&B printing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, if you don't watch the episode, and you don't see just don't see. It's really confusing.
yeah.
So, but no, it was a fire door,
Yeah.
but behind it was a beautiful stained glass door.
Yeah.
Because originally, that one half was a bank, and
Yeah.
Right.
it's beautiful. So Oddfellows, if you've not watched that, you need to. It's basically Leanne and I went over to the courthouse. Very frustrating to try to figure out these records. Here's a building. Let's add this one. Let's add this one. Let's add this one, and it's just trying to draw that floor plan.
It's literally
The 3 floors. It's just crazy.
It's literally buildings on top of buildings
Yeah,
on top
for
of
Yeah.
sure.
buildings.
For sure.
Right. Well, and when the blocks were made, the lots were going north south, but when they built the buildings, they built them east west. So like three like 3 buildings will be on 3 different parts of 3 different lots. But
John,
you just have to watch it.
where'd you get these mugs, John?
So those are vintage mugs from Pyle's Tavern. Those have been in the Pyle family. So it's my wife's family. So
I gotta be careful.
so yeah, be very careful.
Tom, I'm being careful.
So yes, Tom and Jerry Pyle.
Tom, I just want to let you know I like this because I'm a lefty, so this really works well. Thanks.
Yeah. So anyway, those are vintage from the tavern that his father owned.
And
Philip.
where was
North of Kewaunee, wasn't it?
No, that would have been Bill Pyle.
Oh.
So from my recollection, from what I've been told, that Pyle's Tavern was here in Kewaunee.
Okay.
Now I don't know exactly where it was, but my wife has said that she remembers being sitting on liquor cases in the back room when her grandfather would take her to work on occasion. And so she would have been probably about 3 or 4, maybe something around there.
but you don't know where it was in town?
I thought it was, from what I understood, and I reserve the right to correct this, it was down by where MOC was.
Oh.
Oh.
That's
okay.
what I believe, but I could be
He's
wrong.
nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Foreign Legion, MOC. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I was told, and that's what I remember.
Okay.
But yeah,
I have
these
a
are
Pyle Brothers token. They're not open. I can't use them. So.
Yeah,
but yeah, these are Seagram 7 and 7 from what I was told. That was her grandfather's favorite drink.
Okay. Very
So
cool.
something we kept in the family.
Okay. What was so was Prohibition y'all's favorite episode?
Prohibition, where we hit our stride.
I think it's where we hit our stride, but I also think Prohibition is where we got the most contact with viewers.
Yeah.
They really
Yes,
appreciated
yes,
it, and they
we
really,
had-
really liked it. And I'm hoping, they continue because we did have some other really good topics. I love doing the grocery store episode with all the
Yeah, I
different
really
grocery
liked that.
stores.
Yeah.
Um,
Finding that every neighborhood had a grocery store.
They had a church, a grocery store,
and a school.
and a school.
Yeah.
So go out drinking Friday, Saturday, go to church Sunday,
Go to school Monday.
go to school Monday.
Well, probably not.
Maybe.
Probably not after you've been drinking. I don't think
Well-
those people went drinking.
Well, I was going to say, now keep in mind that we've had some later episodes, and one of the ones that hasn't been not very long. We've had 2 episodes on, Martin Trailer, Heister Corporation.
Heister, yeah, yeah.
Those are
So
really good ones.
so I
John
kinda
put
like
so
them.
much effort and research into it. You guys will
Mhm.
have to give it a watch.
Yeah,
They're,
yeah.
well, by now they're already loaded. They're
Yeah.
there.
they're out there.
They're
So I
out
mean,
there.
Yeah.
so I mean, the main thing is it was kind of nice to show you guys. I mean, I remember it from the 90s,
Right,
and
right.
since I worked there, But it was kind of nice to show you guys, and you were asking questions about this and that, and I'm like, this is how I remember it. And then you're able to look at we were able to look at some of the stuff that was original to the 60s
Yeah.
before it was built.
Yeah.
How was it to walk into your former work site?
It's weird because I mean, the number one thing is that when you remember it, you remember where people sat, you remember people being there.
Yeah.
And the thing is about a building is that old buildings are cool, but people are what make the buildings. Because I mean, without people, they're just, I mean,
Show.
the
Yeah.
shell.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's one of those things where you're like, oh, that's where, Steve sat, that's where this person sat, and everything like that. So,
We had a lot of industry here between Boiler, Boss, Heister,
Walworth.
Walworth, and I'm just more familiar with Heister as far as having a sense of family.
yeah,
I don't know if maybe the other places did similar things,
I mean,
like family picnics and
yeah,
get-togethers and whatnot.
entirely possible.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know, but I mean, so it was nice to hit on that. Don't think we're done. We're definitely not done with industry in Kewanee.
Mm-mm.
Oh gosh, no.
So I mean, we're just kind of getting started.
Oh yeah.
What's one building you're really wanting to get into?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So
That you'd love to see and document.
see and document. See the one I'd really like to get into, but I don't think it's not going to do justice. We Star Curry building, where Tower Equipment,
Oh, yeah.
because the press is gone
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's just a shell of what it was.
Yeah.
But I mean, the reason why would be mainly because of the press. But I mean, the press is gone.
And
So,
so's the pit.
oh
Everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not there anymore. So I mean, you've got so apart from that, but the other problem is like the other ones that I would really like to have seen would have been like, okay, so the old post office. So the old post office building, well, that was been cut up. I mean, it's being used,
Office space.
but it's office space. I'm not bemoaning having that done because I mean, it's serving a purpose.
It's mostly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, except I mean, I know the downstairs is lockers and stuff now, I believe, for storage. I believe.
Oh,
I
I'm thinking about the Boss building.
You're thinking about, no, I'm talking about the post
Yeah,
office.
you're talking
I'm
about
talking about the
post
yeah.
office.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I mean, but again, I don't bemoan it because I mean, it's being utilized and
Right.
kept up.
Yeah.
But I mean, it would have been nice to see it in its original state.
Yeah.
Because I mean, from the outside, it looks like a really neat building. And you've got that. The one I think, well, I've been in, but I think we need to go in again. Is it used to be the Black and Fletchers where Bob and yeah, it was the Star Curry building. That building there, and to go up and see Kewanee Business College.
We are gonna get in there.
That's
We've
on
already
our
got
list.
we've already got a call out for
Yeah.
that one.
So how about you guys? Which I know you guys got a list. Bless you.
I'm only doing that
I
once.
had to bring
Okay.
a list with me.
Let's see. To get into,
Just view, document it, take pictures. We just saw Mrs. Smith's Bakery,
yeah.
so that was one.
We still need to get into the Redmond building,
Yes, we do.
and we have they said they're gonna allow us to go in there. Really any of
Oh, the Old Abilities Plus, 319 North Main.
Oh,
I
good
got a
okay.
call out for that, so maybe in a couple weeks we're gonna be able to go in there.
yeah.
John Cernovich, he bought the south end. What was that?
And have you seen it?
They're really
They're
renovating
really
it.
renovating it.
That's where, what's his name? He had a recreation center there.
Nassif?
Nassif. It was Nassif's.
Yeah.
And then it closed. So I know my uncle did some gambling there, but whatever. It was legal.
Recreation.
Recreation, yeah. So if you're at Coco's here, parking lot, and then that building, and then the next one's the Old Abilities Plus, and I know the people that own it, and they said they'd let us in.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is, years ago, that was a car dealership, Larson and Lundberg,
Okay.
and there's a ramp that starts in one building and it wraps around. You could drive the car all the way
Really?
up to the top floor.
To the top floor.
Cement ramp.
Wow.
Gotta see it.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
I've called Nancy and Bryn.
Well, we've seen the south end where the car would drive in and like go through the showroom, but we haven't seen it.
We got stopped.
Yeah,
Okay.
and there's a wall.
Good.
Yeah.
But-
And then of course, spoiler, we have Ranella
I'm
Apartments.
just gonna mention the Ranello Apartments. Oh my
It
god.
was so much fun. That was
So-
a good time.
Dead bird.
Dead.
Oh.
There was a lot. Okay, I screamed, but whatever.
So one place you guys we haven't mentioned, we haven't talked about is we're not more than one. I'll say more than one place. We have not talked about any of the schools around Kewanee.
I was just thinking Central School would be awesome to go through.
I might
So
know somebody that could let us in there.
so you got Central, you've
Mhm.
got Kewanee High School,
Mhm.
but then you also have the Bush Building, Weathersfield.
Yes, Splish.
We got to get in the Bush attic.
Yeah. In the Bush attic.
Bush
I
Attic.
heard you might have some connections.
I might know a few people. So, but you've got the Bush Attic, but then there's some places inside Weathersfield High School maybe that we could try to get into as well.
Really?
There's
I
a
didn't
few
go there,
spots.
so I'm not
Yeah,
familiar
I don't
with,
know
you
what-
know, the.
It's one block, and there are numerous. I mean, the elementary was the most recent building
Mhm.
addition. Oh well, I shouldn't say
The gym was
the junior high gym was the most recent building addition. However, the most recent large building addition was the elementary in the when the Frank Craig building
Yeah.
burned.
Right. And so the Encounter Church.
Yes, the Encounter Church that has the gym for the Frank Craig School,
Yeah.
and I believe that is the sanctuary.
Oh.
Yeah, we should go because I think that we may have a special guest next season
Mhm.
come in and talk about the Frank
The
Craig
Frank
School.
Craig School. That'd be
So
really.
that'd be cool to.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Wasn't that in the 50s it burned? 53? I can't remember.
No.
No,
Six-
no.
I don't know. We need somebody to talk about it. I can't remember everything.
We said it in an episode.
Okay, I can't remember.
I don't know what it was, and I said it. So
Okay,
Well, I was gonna
so
say it was the 60s.
it was.
I'm not taking the test.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So,
I've slept since then, so I don't remember it.
I do want to take a moment to do a little advertisement. Starting today, November 2nd,
Yeah.
we hosted our first installment of Coffee Talk.
Coffee Talk.
Like on Saturday Night Live Coffee Talk, you know, if you were around in the 80s. So our topic today was all about downtown Kewanee. You show up at 9 a.m., you have free coffee and pastries on the Historical Society Museum. You show up at 125 North Tremont. The next one will be the first Saturday in December. Topic is not yet.
Yeah, we'll be posting that here on our Facebook page and probably in Nostalgia. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we haven't quite decided what our next topic is going to be, but it was a good time.
Another
There were
thing you
quite a
could do-
few people.
Yeah, we had a really good turnout.
Yeah.
The pastries were delicious.
Yes.
Downtown Erie, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I was going to ask you to talk a little bit about trivia.
Oh, right. So we have scheduled next year's trivia. It is going to happen on April 12th.
Mhm.
Yes, April 12th,
6
Yes.
p.m., I believe.
6 p.m. Doors open at
Probably doors open at 5:30, something
Yeah.
like that. So you set up, put out your munchies.
Yeah, and this will be our third annual,
Third
and
annual.
we've already started doing the
It'll be
questions.
a little easier than last year.
I don't know. Like last year. Anyway, we
It
haven't
was good.
decided.
We've already been working on the questions.
Yeah.
We're really, really excited.
Yeah, since the museum's closed now, we can.
are you gonna give me any gimmies?
Huh?
Huh?
You gonna throw out a gimme question?
No.
No. If
I
they
will.
watch this episode, then they.
Oh, we don't really have.
We could make it a gimme. Do you have one in mind, John, since you've learned so much?
Well, I mean,
You've learned a lot hanging out with us.
So right now we're down here,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna mention one of the bottles. I believe one of the bottles is Hefner and Sobata.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So if you get a question that says in the season wrap-up episode of Kewanee Memory Lane,
Oh.
what beer bottle was mentioned by John? It was Hefner and Sobata.
Okay.
Is there a reason you mentioned Hefner?
Well, so my on my mom's side, that's Hefner side. So one thing that we've looked at and we haven't been down the rabbit hole far enough, and is the Hefner of that bar related to me? It's a
Oh, I
real
thought
life-
we did that.
we did that, but we didn't ever find the link definitive.
Oh.
I'm sure it's there. I'm sure it's a Hefner
I do think that John has a great idea. We need to have a Kewanee Memory Lane
category.
So yeah, those of you that have been
Oh.
watching, you
Yes.
guys are in luck.
Yes, and
In
if
luck.
not, maybe you should go watch all the episodes because you never
And
know.
there's usually a prize for the first place team, and then you get your team name engraved in our trophy, our traveling trophy.
Our trophy looks very similar to this,
What
only
is-
it's on a base.
So yeah, one of several we have here.
Yes, quite a few.
One of the fun things that we came up with too to get people moving around Kewanee and interacting with us is we had a hide and seek game.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
That was a lot of fun.
We had about 29-30 pictures. We recorded, didn't we do the first 10 was at the library. We did a live recording, live studio audience.
Yes.
Studio
Yes.
A huge crowd showed up for that. It was
Yes.
great.
Mhm.
And we hope our next one's going to be even bigger. But yeah, we had you running all over Kewanee trying to guess things. So.
Yeah, and there were like 25 people that turned their papers in.
Yeah.
We had even
So-
more take them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Some
mean,
didn't return.
Yeah,
we
some
went-
didn't return.
we went through a lot
I was
Yeah.
offered broccoli tacos to give answers, but I did not.
It was close.
I was like,
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to think of what else before we close.
Well, I mean, number one thing is that this year we weren't all over the map, but we covered a lot of really great topics and a
We
lot of
did.
stuff that was really kind of near and dear to our hearts.
Right.
Which there's still more to come.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the main thing. But I mean, the big thing is, I think, folks, if you've not been down to the museum, please come down and visit the museum. The level we're on down here, we've got a bunch of stuff from bars right in front of
Right.
us, but behind us is the military.
Yes,
exhibit.
yes, and we have a
Yep.
on the other side of this wall. Yeah, big military section.
I'm just kind of reflecting back, and when Leanne brought up this idea December of 2023, approached me, then we approached John. I never envisioned what it would be like, but it's just
No.
been so much fun.
It has been so much fun.
Enjoyed
There's
it.
a
And we
lot of
laughed a
laughs.
lot. You guys aren't around. We
Yeah,
had some funny stuff happen today we won't talk about right now.
yeah, my core hurts.
Yeah.
from laughing.
Poor exercise from all the laughing.
Well, I mean, the big thing is we're having fun with it. I think we've uncovered a lot of really great stuff
Mhm.
and some things that hopefully future people in future generations will look back and say,
Right.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of cool things in Kewanee, and the Kewanee history that we've not only been through, but we continue to go through. It's been good.
You know what? I just thought
What?
there may be a Kewanee history mystery that we don't even know about yet.
You're right.
Whoa. Wow.
I'm just trying to think, what could it be? I don't know.
I know our viewers are great.
Yeah.
So just
Yeah, and a lot of people come up to us and say, "Hey, what about this?" Or "Did you know that I knew that guy?" and stuff like that. And we love that. We eat that stuff up.
Do you remember the talk we had? We went and did at the Congregational Church,
Yes.
and somebody
Yes.
raised her hand,
Mm-hmm.
and she said that she was the first, or one of the first people for Hog Days.
Yes, she wasn't a queen.
I don't know if it was designated queen, but they were part of the Barrow Show.
Yeah.
And
She
so-
was.
was it the 54? No, not Centennial.
No, this was back in the
Okay.
40s.
Oh, I
I
don't.
want to say. I thought.
Yeah, it was like 40. It was the 47.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway,
Yeah.
but just contact with viewers like that.
Mm-hmm.
Also taking the pig on the pine with
Yeah.
us to that,
Yeah.
because that's one of the things I think is unique about us. We'll take if you want to have us come and talk to your groups, we talked to at least 2, maybe 3 groups.
Mm-hmm.
Swine on the Pine was so controversial.
Oh, that was a lot of fun because nobody got. I'm surprised nobody got.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, it was only in the public for one night.
But I mean, the thing was, we take history with us. We have a lot of great time.
Sure.
And we don't necessarily stand up there, and we want you to be interactive. And I think that's
Yes.
one of the cool
Yeah.
things that we do
Yeah.
is just bring the history to you, and then we talk about it. And
Yeah.
leave you some great memories, some good
Yeah.
laughs.
Right. Yeah. And we always enjoy feedback, on Facebook or under our YouTube episodes. We love to hear what you're thinking.
KewaneeMemoryLane on Facebook.
Yeah.
Email us, KewaneeMemoryLane@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or stop in the museum when we're open.
Yes. If you need us, you can always email us or messenger us or something.
We can open
we can-
for you for a
yeah.
special occasion or something.
Sure.
Okay. Well,
Is that
You
how we're
guys
gonna
want a drink?
sign off?
you guys want to have a drink?
Are we gonna do this, John? With John's special?
Do you guys always want to have some single malt?
Yeah. I'll take a shot.
We'll see you later
Yeah.
at the museum. Thanks for joining
Thanks.
us.
Bye.
See you next year.
Bye.
Thanks for cruising with us today. We hope you enjoyed the show and you'll join us for our next cruise down Kewanee Memory Lane.